Breaking news. Six migrants were stopped in the south border of Mexico in Tapachula, Chiapas. Four of them were from Egypt, two of them from Jordan. The most unbelievable thing is that they were trying to board a private plane for them to move themselves from the south border of Mexico, where I have documented multiple caravans in the south border of Tapachula, from there to the northern border state of Sonora. The northern border state of Sonora, that is the one that connects to Arizona. Arizona has been one of the states that has been greatly affected by sex offenders. Multiple people that they have been in the terrorist watch list have been caught over there. And through the places like Ajo, Arizona, and Lukeville, Arizona, you have an enormous trafficking of children, which has been documented on the other side of the border. The statement was released late at night yesterday by the Institute National Immigration of Mexico, which says that the Institute National Immigration of Mexico detected a private flight that it was going to depart from Tapachula, Chiapas, that it was intended to transport foreign people in condition of irregular stay. These people from the entity of Jordan and Egypt. And even the article shows the plane right here, which it was already privately awaiting them to transport them from the south border of Tapachula into the northern border state of Sonora. The article says that they were pretending to board a taxi from the hotel into the airport, which they later on got stopped. The private plane was intended and already have been documented to fly from Tapachula all the way to Sonora. Six of these adult men, four of them are nationals from Egypt and two of them are from Jordan. Also, the article says that through the verification migration actions of the Institute National Immigration and the agents, they detected these six foreigners that they were pretending to board a private plane and mobility to get them to the state of Sonora from Tapachula, Chiapas. Also, under this investigation, they asserted that the agents found that these six men, four of them from Egypt and two of them from Jordan, they did not have the regular documents to be staying and be regularly documented in the part of Mexico. Unbelievable. Private planes, people. Private planes. Now, private planes. Now, this is the most important thing. If you're paying a private plane to move yourself from the south border of Mexico into the north border state of Sonora, and you're from Jordan, and you're from Egypt, one easy thing that I can say, you have the economy and the influx to pay that. But if you go to the flight cost on how much they're paying, and how much is the flight cost of a private plane from the south border of Tapachula into the north border of Sonora, it will blow your mind away how, migrants or these people, that these are potentially, this is not a migrant who's running away from persecution. These six adult men, they're not running away from economy. They're not running away because they don't have a job. They're not running away because they are insecure. They're not running away because they need a better quality of life. They can pay a private plane, which is unbelievably amazing. But if you go further into the investigation, you will find, and this is where I'm going, who basically booked the plane, who's the owner of the plane, who's the owner of the private charter plane, where are they were going to arrive, which is the airport, Hermosillo, Obregón, Navojoa, in Sonora, how that was arranged, who was there to pick them up, from where they were going to pick up, which border they were going to be taken over to smuggle them across to the United States. Who are they paying to be smuggled across to the United States? Which NGO was going to pick them up and distribute them and release them into population in the United States, and where to they were going to be released? These are questions that need to be asked. But if you get to understand how much a normal, typical, average, high-class migrant like this, we have seen multiple migrants that they have the economy and the influx to pay this amount of money and to pay this amount of infrastructure to move themselves into the northern borders. We have seen migrants from China that they're speculated to pay between $25,000 to $35,000. We have seen migrants from India that they pay between $10,000 to $15,000. We have seen all quantities of migrants. We have seen also migrants from Bangladesh that they pay between 10 to 25. We have seen migrants also from places that they are exotic places, like from Turkey, from all these kind of places that they pay also the amount of $15,000 to $25,000. But if you get to understand how much they're paying, how much is the private jet rental cost in Mexico? Look at this. Look at this amount. If you go right here to this potential, this is just a quantity. This is just a company. Hypothetically, I'm speaking. Air Charter Advisors. And if you go right here on the bottom, it says the price to book a private jet to Mexico changes daily in the indie on-demand charter market. But if you can expect to pay an average hour rate between $2,000 to $3,000 for turboprops, 5,500 to 6,500 for light jets, 6,500 to 8,000 for mid-size and super mid-size jets, and $10,000 to $15,000. Now, you go to our rate right here on the bottom. It says our hourly charter rates by aircraft type. Turboprops, $1,500 to $3,000 per hour. Very light jets, 2,500 to 4,000. Light jets, 3 to 5. Super light jet, 4 to 5, $5,500. Mid-size jets, $5,000 to $8,000 per hour. Super mid-size jets, 6,000 to 9,000. Heavy jets, 8,000 to 10,000. Long range jets, 10,000 to 15,000. BIP airliners, 9,000 to 20,000, and helicopters, 1,000 to 6,000. This is the amount. Now, if you get to understand how much a typical average migrant, high-class migrant like this one is spending to smuggle themselves from Mexico all the way to the United States of America, this is the safer route. Why? Because they will spend almost the same amount paying the cartel to smuggle them from Tapachula all the way to the north borders of the United States of America and going through a hassle. What do I mean a hassle? From Tapachula flying to City of Mexico, paying officials, paying corruptibly this, paying corruptibly that, paying also the cartel to smuggle them from City of Mexico all the way to the north borders. From there, risk themselves and risk their lives if they're going to get extortion, if they're going to get kidnapped. Which is the easiest way? Just rent a private plane. And you will get from point A to point Z in just 2 to 3 hours. And the amount that you're going to pay, because a lot of people are going to say, how much is the hours from Tapachula to Sonora? 3 hours and 16 minutes that you will get from the south border of Tapachula into the north borders of Sonora. So that means if you're paying $3,000 in 3 hours, that's $9,000 plus what you're spending on the smuggler. That's good to take $12,000 instead of paying $15,000, $20,000. Man, you're saving pocket change. So now you are going to see that migrants are going to have an option, or these kind of so-called migrants, because these people are not, average typical migrant. These are not the people that I have encountered in the Darien Gap. I have encountered in caravans, walking with no food, struggling, dying in the middle of the jungle, women being raped, being abused, children, being kidnapped, and also almost drowning in the middle of the rivers. These are migrants that they have money. And then they're using private planes to get from the south border of Mexico into the north border of Mexico through the south border of the United States of America. Many people, I have said this for multiple years, even with this global compact on migration and these NGOs, they know that there are social classes of migration, and these social classes, they bring money. This is one of the examples. 6 men got caught, 6 adult men stopped by the Mexican authorities, 4 of them from Egypt, 2 of them from Jordan. God knows what was their intention, and God knows how many they have already gotten in. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. Buy Me a Coffee is on the donation link. If you guys like to contribute to my independent reporting and travel fund, it is right there. Thank you so much. Give it a like to this video and share it. God bless you all. And like we always say, God's plan, it is our mission.